Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Vault. I'm here with a fellow Red Sox fan, good friend Taylor, who is not wearing a Red Sox hat today, but that's okay. Neither of us are. It's weird because we're both like rabid Red Sox fans, but we both showed up to this not knowing what we're going to be wearing on our heads. Neither of us are wearing a Red Sox hat, so I don't know. I guess that's how it goes tonight. So. Um, but listen, I think, the reason why I asked Taylor to kind of take us through some steps on mastering eBay is because number one, I'm not really good at it. So there's no way I'm going to go up there and be able to adequately teach anybody anything about this. I usually kind of rely on some friends that are really good at this, right? But I know you specifically have done a lot of work in the eBay space because, you were collecting on a budget. And I think there's a couple of really cool things about this, right? First, if you're collecting on a budget, but also if you're looking to deepen your collection with some older stuff that's no longer available, right? And I
Yeah,
think,
absolutely.
yeah. So like, Taylor, I'd love to hear your take on what eBay's done for you. And then maybe you can take us through this journey of how to master eBay.
Absolutely. Yeah. I really started collecting on eBay. I wasn't hitting Hat Club drops every single week because
No one was.
yeah, no one was. And I was trying to pick up, 'cause I was on a budget, I was trying to pick up hats for around, 15, $20. And eBay is definitely the first place to look for that kind of thing. So if you're looking for, like Pierre said, some older hats from a few years ago that maybe you missed on, or eBay is definitely the first place to look. So I thought I would run us through some of the most like common questions that people have when they start collecting on eBay. And the first is, how do I win an auction? So eBay at its core is an auction website. Of course, you can go on there and buy some things for a set price, and that's the end. But at its core, it's for auctions. So an auction typically lasts a week, and as many bids can be placed over that week as people will place. So my advice is wait to place your bid until the very last minute. If you're able to be on there with like 30 seconds left in that auction, and then place your first bid,
Yeah. I
then
think
you have
we've all been in a place, Taylor,
yeah.
right, where we place a bid early and we're like, oh, good, we're winning, and then no, you're really not. Like, just
Yeah,
relax.
you're
Yeah.
not. Early bidding drives up that price because more people see that they're losing, right,
Yeah.
and they want to win, right.
Yeah.
I get such a rush from winning something, right. But you want to wait until that last second, so that you get the best price possible and have a higher likelihood of winning the auction. Most of the bids that I see come in are like always in the last like 2 minutes. On like really popular items. A lot of the stuff that I'm buying is probably not super popular stuff from a few years ago or something, but some stuff that the price goes up like right at the last minute. So wait until the very end if you can. Bid just a few cents more than your competitors. So bidding to a round dollar amount will sometimes lose, because somebody will have bid, like if you're bidding $10, somebody will have bid $10.01, and they will win that auction. I like to use 34 cents for David Ortiz. So I bid
Ooh, big
ten
poppy.
dollars 34 cents. Yeah.
See, there's the Red Sox. There's the Red Sox connection now.
There we go. So I just a little bit more will oftentimes get you that top bid. How do I get the best price? There are a lot of items like that are not on auction as well, and the best way to maybe suggest to a seller that you're interested in an item is a feature called favoriting or liking. They've changed the name a couple of times.
Yeah.
So if you click that heart icon that I'll show you all in a minute, that will signal to the seller that you're interested in the item, and more times than not, you'll get an offer for maybe slightly less, maybe 10, 20% off, which is a great way to get a good deal. There's a make offer feature on a lot of items that maybe the seller doesn't think is going to be super popular. So take advantage of that. Click on that make offer button, and
Yeah.
offer up a price that you're
Yeah.
willing to pay for it, you know?
Yeah, and don't go
But
too
take,
high, right? Like give it a get. Like this could be an interaction where you don't really want to start really high, maybe with make offer, right? You want to kind of
yeah, you want to start pretty low. And I found that eBay sellers are definitely willing, you know, to work with you to
yeah,
haggle
yeah,
essentially.
yeah,
And because they want to sell it, that is
hmm
in their best interest.
yeah.
So, if you know, they'll counter offer if your offer is too low in their eyes. So definitely take advantage of that feature. There's
So
something you
Taylor,
can
just
do with
really
that.
quick, you said favorite that item. So the seller does see that, right? They see that you favorited it, and they can. That is kind of like a trigger for them to maybe reach out to you if they do in fact want to try to make a deal.
Yeah, the seller does see that every time you click like. They can see that people, if multiple people have clicked it, they can see how many people are kind of watching that item.
Got it. Okay.
And they can send the same offer to a large group of people. Say there's 15 people watching an item, they can offer a 10% discount to all of them, and the first person that clicks the checkout button will get the deal.
Got it. Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah. And if you have questions, you can message the seller. So there are companies that sell through eBay, like Fanatics sells things through eBay as well. But most of eBay's users are just individuals, and you can message them individually if you have questions about things. If you know you're like, oh, what year is this from? What material is it?
Yeah.
You can definitely ask. And if you develop a relationship with a seller, you might be able to get better deals
Yeah.
going
Yeah.
forward
For sure.
as well.
Makes
Yeah.
sense to me.
Yeah. And also, not everybody that sells hats on eBay is one of us, right?
Yeah. Right.
I find that a lot of people who have these hats, they're trying to get rid of them, are either like clothing companies that have run into some stock of fitteds, or just individuals who had like a friend that's trying to sell some of their hats. So they don't always know what is super popular and what isn't.
Yeah.
So if you see a really good price on something that, you know, sometimes it's like too good to be true, but a lot of the times it isn't. Like
Yeah.
some people just don't know what they have. So look at the item, read the description, but because not everybody is a hat collector on eBay
Yeah.
selling
Don't
fitteds.
don't assume everything's bad. But I mean, be careful.
Sure.
Tread carefully, but don't assume everything's bad. And also, I'd say if you are dealing when you're dealing with folks too, I'm not sure if you get into this later, Taylor, but making sure that you ask for boxes and not bags.
Yes. I don't have a slide on that, but
Yeah.
if I buy from a seller that I haven't bought from before, I do message them and ask for a box.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah, all the time, all the time. Especially if you can tell by the seller's other listings that they're not a hat person, right?
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
won't automatically know to put it in a box.
Right.
How do I find what I'm looking for is a great one. So I find that if you're really super hyper specific with your search terms, a lot of the time the item that you're looking for isn't going to turn up because the seller might have just punched in something different. Like if you search for scarlet instead of red, you're probably not going to find exactly what you're looking for. So you have to be a little bit broader with your search terms, and I'll show you some examples in a minute. Set up saved searches. So if you're looking for, you know, a 2013 4th of July Red Sox hat, right, then you can set up a saved search so that every time you come back to eBay, you can see if there are new items that match those search terms. You have to be patient and wait for that listing to show up. I have a list of sellers that I know sell my size. Some people like buy hats and then they'll they'll wear them for a little while, wear them a couple of times, and then they'll sell them. So if you find just searching around on eBay, if you find somebody that happens to wear your size, you can follow a seller and then see their new items as they list them. And then, be patient. So if you set up your saved searches and you don't see exactly what you want immediately, just wait a little while. There are some hats that I've been waiting for, months to find. Others I find in like 2 days. So, being patient is big, and that's not just on eBay. Like really in the whole hat game, you got to be patient for what you're looking for.
So Taylor, tell me, what's the you seem like a very patient guy. So tell me about one instance or one item you got just from being patient.
Yeah, so I went to the 2016 All-Star game. I loved it. I loved every second of it. And I
that was in San Diego, right?
In San Diego, yeah, it was incredible.
Yeah.
And I wanted to get kind of as many pieces of that All-Star game as I could, really.
Yeah.
So I have a like fairly good collection of All-Star game hats from that year. But for some reason, when I went, I didn't buy the Red Sox batting practice hat from that year.
Oh, the one that has the San Diego
says,
print. Yeah.
The like jersey print.
That's so cool.
That was really cool, and I could not find that one for probably a year. It had sold out pretty fast.
Yeah.
And for some reason I didn't buy it while I was there. Stupid. But I set up a saved search that was like Red Sox 2016 All-Star Game hat.
Yeah.
Right? Like pretty broad. So maybe if it showed up in a size up or down from me, I could scoop it up. But I waited about a year, and then I finally found it in my size.
So, yeah, that's a good find. Those are beautiful hats too, by the way.
Yeah, those are awesome. And then what if I'm not looking for anything specific? So a lot of the time I will just go on eBay and maybe try to find a really good deal, maybe not something that I'm specifically looking for. So I like to use some generalized search terms for that if you're just looking to scroll. So favorite team name and your size, the saved search that I go back to the most is Red Sox 7 1/8. Mm-hmm. And then I get a ton of results. There's probably new results for that one every single day. And if you get even bigger, 5950 and your size, or even just like MLB and your size, will get you some pretty big lists of items. Like that'll probably return 10,000 results or so, but it'll show you the new items first when you search for something like that. So if you're scrolling through and you're kind of just looking for something, maybe you're trying to fill that addiction of buying a hat today.
Yeah.
You can find something for a really good deal, and maybe a team that you weren't expecting or something.
I don't have that addiction, so I don't know what that feels.
And then how do I spot fakes? So it's kind of this is kind of tricky, right? Yeah. But a couple of little things. So before I bid, I always look at the photos really closely. A lot of sellers will post a photo of the inside, right? So you can see the sweatband and the tags and the UV and everything. I look pretty closely at those because if it's a fake, I've noticed that the tags on the inside are like missing, or they're not there, and they're totally wrong or something like that. So that's a good way to spot that. The sticker, I've noticed that. Yeah, you've probably run into this where the sticker is like a different font or it's a different color for some reason.
Yeah.
If the sticker isn't a gold 5950 sticker, then I would skip it. A lot of sellers are selling used hats though, so they might not have a sticker at all.
Yeah. Can I share one thing about the sticker part and maybe about the spotting of fakes too, is making sure that you're taking partnership with someone who may be more experienced.
Sure.
So tons of times I get messages from folks asking, Pierre, do you think this hat's real? I think also like leveraging those around you in the community is really important in trying to find these fakes. So, do I see a lot of them personally? Not really, but like someone who's newer to hat collecting might look at a sticker that was back from 2010 and think it's a fake just because it doesn't look like today's sticker. But check in with someone who may have a little bit more experience.
Yeah. You can message me on Instagram, and I'll let you know.
Yeah, you always answer.
Yeah, I do. And then read the description. Sellers do write. I mean, they're pretty short descriptions, but they're descriptions nonetheless. And if something mismatches with the photos that you're seeing and what's in the description, feel free to ask the seller about it. Maybe there's something that you know about the hat that you're looking at that they don't.
Yeah.
Which has happened a few times. So, just ask for a little bit more information. And if the post only has one photo, I like to skip it personally. So if you just see one photo of the front and nothing else, I just skip those posts. That doesn't mean it's a fake, but the hat may not be in great condition in that way. Like they don't want to show the rest of it because it's dirty or something like that.
Yeah, it's not worth the risk at that point.
Yeah, not worth it. Not worth it. So that's my slides, and I'd love to just take you all around on a little bit of a tour through the eBay interface here.
And as you're pulling it up, Taylor, I just want to share with everyone one other thing is like, being active in the community and watching like some photographs that are kind of kicking around is really important too, and staying connected to the community itself. Because you sometimes will see like stock photos or something that maybe, one of the folks from Hat Club may have taken for their Instagram, and you'll see that on eBay as the picture of the hat. Like just being careful with those sorts of things too.
Yeah. I always look for photos that it looks like the seller has taken. So if if you see a photo from T800 John on eBay, it's not him.
I'm pretty sure he's not selling those hats.
Yeah. So here's what eBay looks like. I've kind of just set up a secondary account so that I could show you all around, so it's not completely populated with all of my saved searches and so on. But the first place that I go to when I log into eBay is up to my eBay, and I go to saved searches, because that's kind of where I get all the new stuff every time I come in, because I like to kind of look for the same thing. So here's a pretty generalized search. I wear a 7 1/8, so I've got 59.50, 7 1/8, and I'm just going to click on View Items. And this is the main listing screen. So anytime you search for something, it's going to look like this. And you can narrow it down if you're looking for something more specific. So this
skip those Yankees hats.
Yeah, exactly. Scroll down. This search though returned 7,700 results. So if you've got time to scroll, then more power to you. But I don't want to look through 7,700 ads. So if I'm looking for something more specific, like say I'm looking for something that's red, I can click on red, and it'll only show me things that sellers have listed as red, which is cool. Or more importantly, the condition is at the top. So if you don't want to screw around with used hats, you can change the listing condition to only new items. So things that should have a sticker on it, right? And then you're going to hopefully find something that interests you. So this is the more generalized search. This is the one that I like to scroll through and just kind of maybe find a good deal.
And usually, like if you go day by day, you can do like newest, right? And then if you're doing it every day, you can kind of keep up.
Yeah. So if you just jump into a search, it sorts by best match.
Yeah.
Automatically. So maybe you want to find a really good deal, and you could go price plus shipping, put the lowest at the top. So this Eagles hat is $1 right now, but there's 2 days left of bidding, so it probably won't sell for $1. Or what I normally do is time newly listed, so that I can find the items that have been most recently listed. So let's say I'm into this Twins hat, right? I like the Twins. Yeah. So I'm going to look through these photos. It's to me, it's pretty clear that the seller took these pictures. Yeah. They're nice photos, but they've taken a picture of the inside, so I can see the tags, I can see the sweatband, the undervisor and everything. Looks like it's in pretty good condition. So instead of starting the bidding at $20, what I'm going to do first is I'm going to click on this heart and add to watch list. So that signals, we talked about this a little earlier, that signals to the seller that I'm interested in purchasing this item, but maybe not for $20. So it gives them the opportunity to send me an offer, maybe for 20% off, to see if I'm interested. Or I can click on make offer. We happened to run into, I've got to verify my contact info before I can make a bid, which I did not do on this account.
No, that's okay.
But if you click on make offer and you're logged in and verified and everything, it'll allow you to send the seller an offer. Maybe I want to really lowball them and say like $12 or something like that.
Yeah,
And then hopefully
you're gonna really play some hardball, right, Taylor?
yeah, I try.
Yeah.
But really, what I hope they do is if I say 12, they'll come back with 15, and we've got a sale, right? And that's kind of the best way to go about things. So this listing is bidding and also has that best offer feature enabled. Not all items will have the make offer feature like turned on. Sellers like really want you to bid.
Yeah.
And then other items will be buy it now. We'll try to find one of those in a minute. So to set up a saved search, so like Pierre, what's a hat that you're looking for that?
Let's say we're looking for like the 1999 anything 1999 All-Star game in 7 and
That's a good one. Okay, so 1999 All-Star game, 7 1/4. Let's try that. See what comes back. No exact matches found.
Yeah,
Oof.
that's usually the case.
That's usually the case. Yeah, I mean that's pretty popular. Mm-hmm. So what I think we should do is try to change the search terms a little bit. Maybe the seller didn't list 7 1/4 in the title, so I'm just going to change the size to hat. We'll see if we can find something. Yeah, so we found a few things.
Yeah.
99 All-Star Game Griffey in a 7 3/8. That's kind of cool. Found some snapbacks. Maybe not exactly what you're looking for. But oh, look at this. We've got this Red Sox olive green pink brim. It's from Sports World, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they've listed it at $80 or best offer. It's not exactly in our size, but we're at least finding items that match our search.
Right.
Few other things, but we've kind of
got. In all honesty, I've found a couple of cool things that that I just stumbled upon that weren't even hats just by doing that. So it's a pretty effective way just to search for things. And then you sometimes stumble up across things that you didn't even know you wanted. You know.
Right. Yeah, I have a saved search personally that's just 1999 All-Star Game. And it comes back with some cool stuff. We got baseball.
Always, yeah. Oh, no, look at that. You found a pink brim hat right there.
Yeah. But this seller didn't list the size or the word hat. They used pink brim instead. Mm-hmm. So that's why you kind of have to be a little bit more generalized with your search terms. And it doesn't say the size in the title, so we're going to scroll down and kind of look at the description. Looks like they've got a 7 1/4 and a 7 1/8 available.
All right. So they have one for each of us.
They have one for each of us. There you go. So you could make an offer. You can have the seller ship it to you or pick it up locally also, which is kind of cool. So some sellers don't want you to come over to their house and will say, like, I must ship it to you, which is reasonable.
Yeah.
But sometimes you can go pick it up too and save a couple bucks on shipping.
Yeah, that's true.
So to set up a saved search, so let's say that we're looking for 99 All-Star Game stuff all the time, right?
Yeah.
There's a similar heart icon at the top of the screen for save this search. I'm going to click on save this search. And they're going to send me an email whenever there's new stuff, which I find exhausting. So I turn those off like almost immediately. I'd rather come back to eBay than eBay come to me at home, right?
Yeah.
And then whenever I want to come back to this search, I can go back to saved searches, and then there's 1999 All-Star Game, and I can view those items.
Wow.
So other searches that I've got set up, like I like D-backs hats. My girlfriend's from Arizona. We love the Diamondbacks too. So I've got this search set up for Diamondbacks purple 7 1/8. And what is there? 1, 2. There's a few results right now.
Ooh, yeah.
But you got to kind of be patient to get some new listings in here because they don't always match those exact search criteria.
Yeah.
And then I also have like Red Sox 7 1/8 to see what's available, and there's 250 results. So that's a good amount to scroll through, but not like a crazy number.
Right. Yeah.
So that's kind of my quick tour of eBay and searching around.
That's helpful, man.
Yeah.
Listen, that was fantastic, Taylor. I want to thank you for that. I think, that's concise and to the point. kind of listen, you help me because there's certain things that I'm not doing. Like I don't have any save searches, man. I just go in there and I just like poke around, or I hope someone tells me about it. But
Yeah.
this was super helpful, man. I appreciate you coming on with us, Taylor.
Of course.
You're one of the best friends of the show, man. I'll have you know. Like we love having you. And I hope to have you on This Week in Caps again really soon. But
Awesome.
listen, again, outstanding. Us Red Sox fans have to stick together.
Let's go Sox.
Yeah, let's go Sox. So everybody out there, click a like on this video, please. It helps the channel. Yeah, that's what you do, right? Yeah.
Click the link.
Yeah, click the link. But and also, like, let us know in the comments. Is there anything that Taylor could have added? Is there anything that you really took away from this? Maybe share what your best find on eBay was using some of these techniques. But we'd love to hear from you. So for now, stay fitted, everyone, and we'll talk to you soon.
Later.